up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. We are back. Honey, I just got finished with that Real Housewives of Potomac review. Baby, oh my God, it was such a good episode. So this is Love and Marriage Huntsville. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment and let the demon know you stopped by, girl. And we are down here. So Love and Marriage Huntsville, it was also a good episode. I took a lot of notes for both. These are my notes for Love and Marriage Huntsville. And these are my notes for Potomac. I don't never take this much notes, baby. It was so much shit on Potomac. I had to get everything. But it was so much shit on there. And so much shit on Love and Marriage Huntsville. These episodes, Carlos was right. Shout out to Carlos King. He was right. These are some really good episodes. Really good. So the guys are out playing basketball. They're playing basketball and they are talking about Martel and Melody's fight the other night, or argument the other night. And Marsau is on his high horse talking about, they're using the kids as a pawn, and the kids are the ones who suffer the most in divorce. Yes, while he's right, I got some words for his ass too, because I don't like his behavior at all. Here come Martell out here with these looking like a goddamn postal worker. Was that intentional? He had on the gray shorts that the postal workers wear with the blue stripe on the side, and that tight ass shirt and that damn safari little Kango thing. Girl, what mail? You got some mail? Where is your mail bag, girl? I was like, and they tight. Baby, them look like underwear he had on. Them look like biker short underwear that he had on. Why does Martell wear an extra medium? Why? Baby. But then, later on, when he was sitting on the couch when they was playing that game, he had on some cargo shorts. So you wore them shorts, them little tight-ass shorts on purpose. Girl, you look like a Remember Chippendales? Y'all remember Chippendales? Them corny-ass white men dancing? Doing the dance for the girls, for the ladies, and all the old white ladies and old black ladies, honey. Don't get it twisted. They was up in Chippendales too, or down at the right track. If y'all from Southern California, y'all from LA, y'all know what the right track is. Y'all be at the right track. Anyways, bitch. Never mind. That's what Martell looked like, a goddamn stripper. Anyway, so they started talking about surprise therapy. And Martell was like, what's wrong with surprise? What's wrong with that? Sounds like that's a good thing. You should be high-fiving her. Your wife wants to go to therapy. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. And then they talk about LaTisha doubting herself. And LaTisha, let me tell you something. And I'm going to just say this. A lot of the times, there are men who can spot women who are not in their best place and are suffering from low self-esteem. And then you have men who see women who have their shoulders back and they walking with their heads high, their chins up, and they see a person that they want to control. They see a free woman walking confident and they want to control that. And one of the tactics of control is, in a relationship, is to feed on or create insecurities within the relationship. And that is what Marsau is doing with LaTisha. It is very abusive. It's abusive because it is psychological abuse. If you were attracted to her from walking with her head high and her shoulders back, and now she is dealing with some insecurities, and you are aiding in that by feeding those insecurities, you are psychologically abusing her. And that's all that I have to say about that. He said she didn't want to work. I said, you didn't let her do anything. Well, it wasn't that she didn't want to work. Let me tell you something. Here's another thing I had to say about this. Marriages should have contracts that need to be reviewed, termed contracts, right? So when it comes to term at 5 years, we're going to look at our contract again and decide if we need to make some amendments, if we need to make some changes to this contract that we have, because what I agreed to right out of college is not what I'm going to agree to 10 years from now, 5 years from now. So while I might have agreed to be a housewife, right, at the beginning, right, so that you can get into the marriage. A lot of women agree to things, and a lot of people agree. I just say a lot of people agree to things when entering a marriage because they want to be in the marriage, right? But then when they get into the marriage, things change. Perspectives change. Moods change. You change. You transform. We are in constant transformation. And so your contract that you sign at the beginning of your marriage, you should be able to, in 10 years, let's review it again and see if it makes sense and what adjustments we need to make to fit our life today. Because our life from when the day that we got married is totally different 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 22 years down the road. I believe that marriage contracts should be termed, and when they come to term, you set a term, 10 years, we coming back in 10 years and we renegotiating this. And we're looking at this again. Or even the prenup, whatever post-nup, prenup that you got going on, let's look at it. And in your prenup, we're going to make it so every 10 years we come back to this prenup and we look at it to determine if it all still makes sense based on where we are today. Period. Okay? Lewis says, it seems like they're not on the same page. And then he comes with his manipulation and say, maybe she sees a problem where there is none, right? Because you're being psychologically manipulated. So there really isn't anything tangible that you could touch so that you can identify a problem. So maybe there's a problem and it's not there. I caught that oomph. I caught it. Honey, I caught it. Marsau says, there has to be respect when someone says stop. I agree. If there is conflict and I am attempting to bring order as this group, we need to respect each other. And if somebody says it needs to stop, it needs to stop. And I agree with him. Like I said, Marceau is a broken clock. I agree with him. They start trying to give Martell advice about his situation and going through divorce and how he's behaving. And he's just like, look, y'all, me and Mel, we're going to argue. And the kids suffer. This is Marceau saying the kids suffer about the kids. And he's like, well, I'm in a place of hurt and it's hard and you're not me. I think that was very honest for him to say, like, yes, this is not what I should be doing, but I'm reacting from a place of hurt. Both of them are. You could hear it in their screams and their yells. You can hear hurt. You can hear anger. You can hear resentment. You can hear damn near hatred. Them hollering back and forth. That was I was like, ooh. It was so loud and like deep, the way that Martell was yelling. I was like, oh, he's pissed. And so I believe that was an honest moment. I'm going to give Martell that for being honest, because we've always said that Martell is not really honest when it comes time to express himself. But he's like, and I'm not about to take advice from Marceau, who just sat in my face and told me he's not willing to take the advice from a professional. I'm not about to take your advice, nigga. But I mean, you can take a person's advice. They don't have to be a medical professional, but I understand what he's saying. Anyways, he says, you're not me. So they come out. The ladies are coming out to the pool. The men come from off the side of the court. They're in the pool, getting in the pool and laughing. Where's Mel? Mel is in the house because she wants somebody to come get her, because she needs the attention on her. I don't know why they sent Martell, but I figure they would have a good scene if they sent Martell. They should not have sent Martell, but he went. He came in there. You sleep good? Hey, how you doing? You sleep good? Started off nice. You sleep good? Yeah, I slept good, but why was you trying to come in my room at 1:30? Martell, when I tell you Martell tried to ignore that whole statement, he tried to act like that she didn't say nothing and there was no cameras there. He was like, yeah, okay. She was like, yeah, so you was trying to come in my room at 1:30. What's up? What's up? What's going on? He was like, same thing I'm doing now. I'm trying to apologize. She was like, Martell, you come into my room at 1:30. That's over. That's over with. I know what you was trying to do, Playboy. That's over with. What you was trying to do, Martell? I hope Coleslaw is watching this. What was you trying to come into somebody's room at 1:30 in the morning? What was you trying to do, Martell? Trying to make up? Bitch, I hope Coleslaw is watching this. Your nigga ain't shit. You knew he wasn't shit when he was cheating on his wife with you. But now you know for yourself, he ain't shit. He ain't shit. She says, we need to talk about the triggers. He said, we both have triggers. She said, well, you try to paint me in a negative light with the kids. It's always the sole custodial parent always gets paid in the bad light for doing. Girl, I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to argue. I don't ever come up to you thinking that we are about to argue. And then all of a sudden, she says something is wrong with you. The way they cut it, I don't know what was happening, but all of a sudden she says something is wrong with you. Martell says, okay, I'm disengaged. He tried to disengage. He was like, all right, we see you outside. All right, we're going to see you outside. Oh, no, I'm not done talking. I'm just going to sit here and talk to myself. Melody, that is so annoying. I was like, ugh. Girl, I would have left her standing there. I don't know what y'all placate to Melody for. She ain't shit. Like, I was like, ugh. First of all, you want attention by staying in the house. Then when he come to talk to you, then you want to start something. He's disengaging. I don't want to. Well, I'm still talking. Yes, you're going to still be talking, and you're going to be talking to yourself. Girl, you better look in the camera and talk, because I'm not going to be there. He should have just left. Like, why did you come back? But I'm sure, because they're petty. I keep forgetting the petties. I keep forgetting. That's what happens. Y'all great as a team, but against each other, you can't. They are both wrong. They are both wrong. Martell, he should not have engaged with her. You messed up. You should have walked away. And she said, and my career is a trigger as well. She was like, you even congratulated me, on my song. He was like, no, I was congratulating you on, your accomplishments, and I want you to do great in life. And then she interrupts him. She was like, well, I wasn't done talking. Right. You weren't done talking because he was saying something positive, and that's not the response that you wanted. So you paused long enough to let him get out a full 2 sentences. And then all of a sudden you say you wasn't done talking because you didn't hook him at first the way that you wanted to hook him. When he left and he came back, you had him on the hook. Then he started wiggling off when he said, I want you to be successful at everything you do in life. Oh, no, you didn't like that. Well, you need to stop interrupting me. Then you wanted to hook him again. Right? Let me get him on this motherfucking hook again, because this is what I want. This is what I want. Right? That's what you wanted, Melody. That's what you wanted. And he obliged like a fool, like the fool he is. People with low emotional intelligence and who have not done the work. You got a lot of work. You got more work to do. We all got work to do. Martell, you got work to do. Don't let her hook you, and vice versa. That's it. That's it. You let her hook you over there at the thing when she started talking about her video shoot. You hooked that bullshit. Girl, I want you to be successful. Anyway, she interrupts him again. Well, I wasn't done talking. He was like, all right, we gonna see you outside. He tried to go out again. And she was like, you lucky I didn't say nothing about your side chick. He said, that's when Martell said, okay, look, bitch, I done had it with you and your shit. Bitch, you was a side bitch for a side chick for 2 niggas, baby. He was calling their names too. I said, oh, Martell is mad. When he started calling them men's names and they bleeped them out, I said, oh my God. They must have been really gonna fuck these cameras. You was fucking with John and Terrence, and both of them got fucking fiancés. Neither one of them had a fiancé, so you confirmed that you messed with 2 dudes. We all we gotta do is check. All we gotta do is wait for the fiancés to come out, because if she was, the fiancés probably had no idea. And that's the reason why they bleep their names out, right? We need to protect the other people being called out, right? Right? Okay. Neither one of them have fiancés. You lied. Marceau comes in. The producer says, Marceau, we need you. Here come big ass Marceau. He come in there, he grabbed Martell and said, I'm grabbing you and I'm not letting go of you. And he walks out, they walk into the kitchen. Destiny said, honey, I just zone out when Martel and Melody fight. My only thing is to get them away from each other. What they saying back and forth is it's the blame game. You did this, and all this other stuff. And I just zone out and I just try to get them apart from each other. So Destiny comes in there. Melody says, I'm not fighting. Yes, you are. You are fighting with your words. Well, I told him he needed anger management. You need anger management too. Because just because you are not explosive does not mean you are not angry. You just have a different way of demonstrating your anger. Okay? And men have a different way of demonstrating their anger, and it's usually explosive because they don't have the tools to regulate their nervous system and their emotions. So they blow the fuck up. And when they blow the fuck up, that is deemed amongst their peers as masculinity. Okay? You a lie, Martell. You a lie, Martell. Everyone else is outside. They listening like, oh, God, they in there really arguing, huh? Look at you with two men. That's what he said. You with two men. You got the nerve to be talking about somebody being a side chick. And you was a side chick to two men. Terrence and John. What I said their names was? I have to say somebody's names because they bleep their names out to protect the innocent. To protect them from probably getting a divorce. She needs to shut the fuck up. Don't ever lie like that. I don't even want to get into it. Right, you don't want to get into it because you named some people that shouldn't have been named, honey. So anyway, they get to the Whitlow drinking game. They think that this is going to help them get to know each other, child. So they start drinking. If you did it, if you haven't done it, you drink. If you have done it, you don't have to drink. I think that's what the game was. Anyways, so Mel is in the room. She wants more attention, honey. Oh, child, I'll be like, Mel, she could be, I'm not. Girls, you coming out? No, okay. All right, see when you feel better, girl. It's no begging, it's no coming there doing a dance. We trying to change. I'm just trying to change my frequencies. I'm just trying to get back right, If I would have known, Martell was going to be here, I wouldn't have took a flight down here. Melody, you're on Oprah Winfrey's network on a television show called Love and Marriage Huntsville, where cameras follow you around in your life. You started this show with your husband, Martell, and your three children at the time. The little boss baby was very little at the time. And in the time that has gone on, you and your husband have gotten a divorce, but he is still friends with the other two people you started on this show with. So as cameras follow you around, it would be in everybody's best interest to get the best footage that they can. And if they were having a anniversary party where they were inviting all of their friends, the likelihood of Martell being there is very high. So because he's also has a camera following him, because he's also on the same show as you. You know how ridiculous you sound by saying that you didn't think Martell was going to be there? You sound ridiculous. And you're lying because you said you knew he was going to be there. And you're lying even more because you told Martell that you weren't coming and you showed up. So you just lying to everybody. You weak as hell. So anyway, they get back to playing the game. I'll come and listen. You're so out of order. I'll come and listen. So either answer or take a shot. Are your sexual needs being met? Melody says yes. Martell looking like with his face all frowned up. Yours is being met. They being met so much you produced another human being, girl. Woo. The magic in that, honey. How many people have you had sex in one night? Maurice's nasty ass said he done had sex with 6 people in one night. How do you do that? It's nothing to brag about. It's nothing I'm proud about. I shouldn't even said it. Did you use protection? Of course I used protection. Oh, it's nothing to brag about. Have you had sex in public? Marsau says yes down. What highway did he say they was going down? Everybody needs to see, honey. Anyway, are you happy in your current relationship? Everybody takes a sip. Destiny says, with the Lord. Yes, I know that's right. Marcel doesn't drink. Now, this takes me back to the psychological abuse in feeding into the insecurities of your wife, or creating insecurities and then feeding into those insecurities. What Marceau did by not drinking and bringing all the attention on himself on a question, are you happy in your relationship and you don't drink? That is feeding into the insecurities that LaTisha is already sitting in. Once again, psychological abuse. Luckily, she was drunk and maybe she didn't realize that he didn't drink, but she saw it today or last night, whatever the day it came on. Anyway, have you ever been unfaithful? Nobody wants to drink because they want to sit there and lie. Honey, have you ever cheated on somebody in a relationship? Period. That's it. LaTisha says, I'm faithful. What did Tiffany says, well, what a goody two-shoe bitch you are. What she tell her? What did she tell her? And she was like, okay, we done with the question. So LaTisha doesn't want to talk about sex. Tiffany said, honey, this is your anniversary. You've been married for 15 years. We should be looking for you like are you over there in the pool having sex with your husband? Like, what's tea? What's going on? What advice do you have to help someone? Keep dating to keep the romance up. Marie says that Kimmy has made sacrifices for him. Let me tell you something. Go ask a man why he loves his wife and tell me how many times he describes what she has done for him in the form of sacrifice and labor. That's your assignment, okay? All right. Martell, take care of your mate. Well, it goes both ways. I didn't say take care of your husband. I said take care of your mate. Well, there was times I wasn't taken care of. Did I go cheat? Maybe you should have, bitch. Maybe you should have, okay? Destiny, what about you? Do you have any advice? I don't have any advice. Destiny, if you are going to be on a reality show where there's couples and things, you're going to have to share, honey. You're going to have to share a bit about your life. Why did your husband leave you? Why is it always the woman's fault? People would like to know. It's always the woman's fault. It's always the woman's fault. Even though she leaves, well, I guess in this case, LeBaric left, huh? He moved to a different state. She won't tell us. Maybe she can't tell us. Well, she just needs to know, what did you do to make that man leave you? Where is your ex? He is where he is. Girl, bye. Bye, Destiny. Maybe, you know what? Maybe this isn't the place for Destiny. Maybe being on a television show, on a reality show, isn't the best environment for her. She doesn't want to share. So maybe you can go sell buckets of chicken with LeBaric. I don't know. Destiny says the only thing she regrets, they didn't get a chance to be a family, baby. They didn't get a chance to be a family. The temperament. Why do you go in for better or for worse if you think you're going to be happy all the time? That's true. Tisha wants to ask Maurice a question about Kiowa. Why? You're out of order. Everybody was out of order this episode. Everybody was out of order. It's not. She says you left without trying. Well, maybe it's best to leave. Kimmy wants to know, why did you bring Kiowa up? Everybody wants to know why you brought Kiowa up. How would you feel if you were sitting there with your husband and his sister-in-law, your sister-in-law, brings up his ex-wife? How would you feel? Get down in the comments and let me know. And no, not brings up his ex-wife, but ask him why he didn't fight for his marriage with his ex-wife, where he was 70 pounds overweight, unhappy and miserable. Okay? Why? He said staying was toxic. You know when it's over. If I stay, it'll get worse. Everything perfect. We're not staying for the kids. We leaving for the kids. Hello? Like Bambi. Shout out to Bambi. Bambi said it ain't going to be no staying for the kids. It's going to be I'm leaving for my kids. Thank you very much. Lewis and Tiffany are in the room. I don't know what Tiffany was doing with her greasy ass hair. I'm not sure I don't know what she was doing with that. I don't know because when she was done with that flat iron, I don't know, because when we got to the club, girl, what was going on? What was her hair look like? It was so greasy, girl. Anyways, they don't have confidence in the marriage. Tisha is fighting a battle in confidence. I assumed it was there already. You know, the confidence was already there in their marriage. And then Oomfa Oomfa and Tiffany says, well, it's their mission to continue to influence the people. I can't wait to get into their story, more into their story. They're at the club. They want to give a toast to love and friendship. Melody is not drinking. Anybody else notice that Melody takes sips? She don't drink. Melody don't be drunk. You know, Melody is the type of woman who would act like she was drunk. She is. She's the, I get that from her, that she will take a couple of drinks and then act like she's drunk, like go around acting like she's drunk, but she don't be drunk. I noticed Melody's not drinking at all. Well, she said she wanted to be in her right mind, but this was even, she was like, well, let me see what's in, let me sip the shot first. She didn't drink that whole shot Tiffany made her when she first arrived at all. Anyways, so, you know, Tiffany is, no, she said, why, you've never been to Vegas before? This is what Destiny says to Tiffany. You never been to Vegas before? Girl, that is so lame. That was on purpose. That word choice was on purpose. You was calling her lame, right? But she got with you. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. So she says, lame. Even Tisha goes, lame? Why you call the girl lame? Tiffany is fun. We were concerned at first. And then Destiny goes, at first. She says she hasn't done anything to change my impression of her. Well, Destiny, I have to say, and I'm just speaking as a viewer, you haven't done anything to make an impression, to change an impression, girl. Nothing. We're waiting on you. We are waiting on you, Destiny. Okay? We are waiting on Law's mama to start sharing with us. We want to know. And if you don't want to tell us, go back to doing whatever it is you was to the beauty supply. Go back to the beauty supply. Work there. That's your business, right? Do that. We don't have to worry about nothing. You don't want to share, you don't want to tell nothing, don't worry about it. Anyway, so LaTisha shares that she wants to do a surprise vow renewal. Tiffany says, don't do that. He needs to know something. Do not do that. Let me tell you something. She should have took her advice. She can tell you by experience, do not surprise a man with nothing. Do not surprise him with anything that looks like a marriage proposal, a wedding, a vow renewal. Don't do it. Take her advice. So then Tiffany, no, Destiny goes, the way that you surprise, kind of like the way you surprised your husband with a wedding. She was like, well, he wanted to get married, right? He wanted to get married. I waited 2 years. Did that come up later? I think that might have been later. That might have been later. She was like, he knew he was, so LaTisha's over there fake laughing. Knew what? She was like, knew what? Like your husband, like, oh, like kind of like the surprise wedding you threw for your husband. Did your husband know? That's what Destiny was trying to say. And then LaTisha was like, bitch, what did you just say to her? Like she couldn't even hold it in. And then Tiffany cut her eyes at Destiny like, bitch, I got something for you. Just wait, okay? Just wait. She was like, you know how kids are. You just compared your grown ass husband to kids. You know how kids, when you talking to kids and they don't listen, you be like, yeah, Marsau. Girl, you don't even make any sense. And you coming off real insecure. For real. Anyway, so, you know, it's just about overall. Are you staying for the kids? And even the Destiny and Melody was like, what? She was like, are you staying for the kids? She was like, no, we're not staying for the kids. It's just overall. We're just growing, into love and things like that. Do you know if he wants the same thing? Out of order, girl. Out the fucking order. Out of order. Why would you say that to the lady? You as a woman, you should know, woman to woman, you should know. You don't ask, I don't know. I just felt like we're not close enough for you to ask me, does my husband want the same thing that I want? You're crossing the bound. You're crossing too many boundaries for me. Like, you're just doing too much overstepping. It's too familiar. You getting too familiar. Like Mia's old wide face ass over there on Potomac. You getting too familiar. Um it doesn't feel like he wants the same as you, and it just comes off that you're not confident. So she says, Destiny says, I don't like Tiffany's poor timing. That just seems to be her MO. Melody says she's giving you some tea. You need to take it. You need to make it sweet again. Whatever. She said it just seems shady. And she was like, well, she didn't say anything. She didn't say anything shady. She was telling her what her husband said to her husband. And maybe she should listen. And then Kimmy goes, well, and then Tiffany goes, well, like, it's, why are you surprising him with things? Why do you feel the need to surprise him with therapy, surprise him with vows, basically? Well, didn't you surprise your husband? She was like, well, no, he wanted to be married. I surprised him with the wedding, but he wanted to marry me. I waited for 2 years. Okay. So we getting a little bit, right? She was like, it just seems like, Destiny says, you're new to the group. It just seems like you just jumped right in. I don't like bitches who come into groups. Like, y'all ever at work when somebody new starts at your job and they come in talking to everybody, being all friendly? Bitch, survey the land first. Figure out who's what before you start just talking and jumping into conversation. Yeah, girl. Everybody looking like, girl, what? But then you jumping into conversations about things that you don't even know the story. What are you doing? But she was out of order, but at the same time, if she was a more familiar friend, that would have been like, girl, we at the club. You're not really in a club. You're just sitting at this booth. There's nobody in there. We're just talking and having drinks, and we're acting like we're having a party, and there was a stripper or one. I don't know where they went. Maybe they had to go home. If you were closer, I could see. But Tiffany, y'all not close. Y'all barely got cool, right? Y'all, this is your first trip with them, and you're just, it's too overstepish. Tisha said she didn't appreciate it, but that's who Tiffany is. She says what's on her mind. She says it's just really about the couth, like Kimmy says, it's about couth, right? And she says, so Kimmy says, so what, should she have not said anything? She said, no, it's just couth. And then Melody chimes in and she goes, Melody goes, well, what do you think she should say? And she goes, why are you always defending her? Girl, that wasn't defending her. Why are you so defensive? You should ask yourself that question. Why is it do you become defensive anytime someone asks you a question? They are simply asking you to elaborate on what Tiffany should have done instead of what you're telling her she should not have done. So what should she have done? Let us know. And Tiffany is like, girl, I want to know too, so I can know the next time. Let me know, right? She says it's offensive. She's like, well, and then she starts explaining herself, and then Kimmy goes, just wait a minute. It's been verbalized that what you did was bothersome. Now is not the time to spend time defending what people have told you bothers them. Kimmy, I love Kimmy. Don't defend it. They've already told you that what you did was out of order. Stop defending yourself right now, okay? She was like, I know, but it really just came from a bystander, bitch. I said, no, she didn't call her a bystander, bitch. She was like, I'm not a bystander. I'm sitting right here. She was like, well, I would hope that you would be transparent. I'm transparent. I just lay it all on the line. That's just who I am. So Tiffany has been saying that she's just transparent. Well, obviously you feel away because everything come out. Atlanta, Detroit, Alabama, everything comes out of Destiny when she gets upset. Are we leaving yet? Destiny said, yeah, are we leaving? Because, girl, yes, it can all come out. You get dragged in every state. Don't play with me. Don't play in my face, girl. Don't play with me. Destiny got up. She adjusted her pants. She was like, girl, don't play. Girl, why are you so bent out of shape, though? You started it. You called her lame. That's when you started it. And she kept cutting her eyes at you like, bitch, I got something for you. I got something for you. And you really, when a woman or a person is transparent and they lay things on the line, it's hard to like come at them. You really can't come at them. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see. Stop playing with me and you could get drugged in all places. Oh, Destiny girl, don't be threatening to drag people, girl. Anyways, y'all, that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of the episode. Do you think that Marsau is feeding into LaTisha's insecurities? What do you think about my opinion? I'm asking you now. What do you think about my opinion about Marsau being psychologically abusive to LaTisha by feeding on her insecurities? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Take care of each other. Y'all let me know what you think about Martel and Melody, right? Hollering. You done fucked Travis and Jared, girl. You was a side chick. What was their name? Terrence and John. What was their name? Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.